fix your gut, this is the video for you. So how do you fix your gut? I'm going to go over all the different ways to do it, and I've had extreme success with this with a lot of clients. I think everyone is in pretty much agreement that your gut plays a major role in your health and how you feel. The literature isn't super clear yet on how this works, but I think year by year we're starting to learn that your gut, your brain, all kinds of things are connected, and it makes a big difference on how you feel. So some things I'm going to go over in this video is how to cut out distressful foods. I think this is the first thing we should talk about. You need to find out if you have real food allergies or sensitivities, and I say real in all caps because I'm sure everyone's heard someone say, well, I have a gluten sensitivity, or I have a little bit of a gluten sensitivity. You either have it or you don't. So get a test to find out on things like that. People are, well, I had gluten and I don't feel good. Well, you could eat an entire jar of peanut butter and not feel good. Does that mean I have a peanut butter sensitivity? No, it just means I ate too much peanut butter, right? You could say that with a lot of different foods. So get a food sensitivity test. See if you do have any allergies or something that's causing distress that you're not quite aware of, right? The next couple of things is acid reflux and diarrhea. If you have diarrhea, that's a clear indicator that you're not digesting a food properly, whether that's from something else or the food itself. We'll figure that out, but those are things to keep in mind. Acid reflux, a lot of people get that from spicy foods or foods with a lot of fats or whatever it is. But those are two things you need to try to pinpoint down with what foods are causing that, and then just pull those foods out of your diet completely and do it for a couple weeks. So if you pull those out of your diet completely for a couple weeks and your gut health feels a lot better, then that's your issue and you're done. Two other things that people kind of overlook is lethargy and slow digestion. Certain foods can cause both of these, and that can kind of lead to bad gut health down the line. Now don't get this confused for eating a lot of carbs and then feeling tired from your insulin and things like that. Certain foods will slow your digestion down and make you tired the entire day. It's kind of uncommon, but if it happens, at least you found it. The next thing we're going to talk about is fiber. Fiber is, out of all the supplements in the world you could take, fiber is the most important. Like there's a ridiculous amount of literature on this, and I'm going to show you some of that. Next up is yogurt. This is a probiotic, similar to the fiber I talked before, which is a prebiotic. Prebiotic and probiotics, that's pretty much everything you need to know about getting your gut health back on track. And yogurt is the probiotic that you need. Of course, you can get probiotics over the counter. 9 times out of 10, those are going to be trash. Every now and then you'll have one that's decent, but for the most part, pharmacy grade probiotics are the way to go. And then supplements. So there's a couple different supplements I'm going to go over that directly affect your gut health and do make a big difference. And then lastly, we're going to go over some peptides, a couple different drugs and things that can definitely help your gut. But out of all these, you do need to start at the bottom, work your way up. The peptides and stuff, they're not going to have as big of a dramatic effect, so definitely just don't jump to those. Really think about it before you get to those. So first of all, fiber. So fiber, like I was talking about, there's so many studies and meta-analysis on fiber and how well it can help you. Check out this link. I have a lot of information here, but basically, if you hear anyone talking about fiber and how great it is and how there's a study on this or that, this is the study they're referring to, most likely. Any YouTube video you see on that, this is the study they're referring to. Now, the key takeaway from this study that most people are going to talk about is it says in the study, the meta-analysis, that 10 grams of fiber intake daily can lower the risk of total mortality by 11%. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean if you take 40 grams of fiber, 50 grams of fiber, 60%, it's going to line up with the percentages, 40%, 50%. That's not exactly how it works. But this should be a pretty good indicator that of all the different diseases that fiber can help with, it's going to make a dramatic effect on how long you live. So here's some more of the things that it helps with. And if you know how fiber works as far as in your gut and helping with insulin sensitivity and things like that, these should be of no surprise. Gastric cancers and colorectal cancers are the big ones. Then, of course, it helps when you're dieting too. I mean, if you're on a diet where you're trying to lose weight, fiber is going to slow down the absorption of nutrients. It's going to delay your gastric emptying, so you're going to feel full longer. This also helps with your glucose responses, right? So that's why it helps with diabetes. And then it's also been associated with helping cholesterol levels. This is the one that I think it has the most dramatic impact on that I've seen with clients and blood work. I mean, it essentially just absorbs the bad cholesterol in your small intestine, and then just you excrete it when you use the bathroom, right? So if if there's some kind of cancers that have to do with like rectal cancer, things like that, this is one of the best ways you can prevent that. I know that's a big thing with males, so fiber, that's awesome. And then these are some inflammatory things that fiber helps with. This is sort of what has to do with gut health. A lot of times with your gut, you're going to have inflammatory responses, and the fiber is going to help with that too. So here's some more stuff on fiber. More studies. There's not just one meta-analysis. There's multiple meta-analysis on it, and you can see all the different things it helps with. And I'm definitely going to make a video just on fiber to go over that a little bit better. But I think this is some very helpful information if you guys want to check that out. So fiber, aka prebiotics. So it's the best sources of fiber, or this is what the science says. The first one is supplementation. And supplementation is number one just because it's so hard to get fiber through your diet. So you almost have to use a supplement. These are the two that I use and that most of my clients use. The first one is, so this is essentially Metamucil. This is the off brand of Metamucil, and it's cheaper. There's 6 grams per serving, 57 servings in this thing. The other one is fiber gummies. There's a couple different brands, but the fiber in these is polydextrose, I think. So basically 2 of those gummies is 5 grams of fiber. The next one is vegetables. Vegetables are a great source of fiber, but you really have to eat a lot of vegetables. You should look sometime and see how much fiber is in broccoli. If you wanted to get 20 grams of fiber, 30 grams, look how much broccoli you'd have to eat, or spinach, and it's almost undoable in my opinion. The next one is cereal. This is specifically cereals that are high in fiber. Now this is definitely in those meta-analysis, and they use high fiber cereals. I don't remember what they use, but I'm thinking it's probably something like mini wheats, Wheaties, things like that. But you definitely want to check the nutrition on the back of those and see if it makes sense as far as fiber content. Last is fruits. If you know me, you know fruits are sort of like a pet peeve of mine. I'll try not to rant on this, but fruits. I like fruits as much as the next person, but saying that they're like healthy for this and that, that's a bit of a stretch in my opinion. Most fruits, aside from berries, are very high in sugar, and they're going to be high in calories. It's easy to eat a lot at one time. And as far as fiber goes, some do have quite a bit of fiber, but most don't. And when someone says, "Oh, it's good to eat fruits," most scientists are going to tell you, or doctors, it's because of the fiber content, and that helps with the sugar content. But anyway, the first 3 are probably your best bets: supplementation, vegetables, cereal. This is the fiber protocol. So this is the first thing you should try after you've tried removing foods that cause distress. So take 2 teaspoons once a day with a glass of water. It needs to be a lot of water. I've had clients that say it feels like they have a block of cement in their stomach if they don't drink enough water, and that's totally true. Start at two teaspoons. Start working your way up to 6 teaspoons, which is around 35 grams if you measured this out. That comes out to, let's see, 6, 12, about 18 grams of fiber total. The next are the gummies. These taste really good. So if you get a couple of those with every meal, start at 2, work your way up to maybe 4 or 5 a day or something like that. On top of this fiber, I think you're going to get more than enough fiber to help you out for the day. And you need to work up to around 20 to 30 grams minimum for the day, just week 1. And of course, you can increase it as needed, depending on whether or not this fixes your gut issues. Now, these 2 fibers do feel different in the body. This Metamucil type is more of a bulk forming fiber. The other one is really, not to give too much info, but it's going to help you use the bathroom better. They work great together. All right, step 2. Step 2 is probiotics, aka yogurt. So if you're a client of mine or seen any of my posts, you know that I'm a huge fan of yogurt shakes. One, because you can get 18 grams of protein from a serving. And for a bodybuilder or an athlete and you're trying to get more protein, these are super easy to get quote unquote real food protein, right? So first you just want to start with a couple servings. 170 grams to 340 grams of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. And that's the type you want. Don't get the kind with sugar. Next, this is simply for flavor. Add half a cup to a whole cup of frozen or fresh berries. I think frozen's a little better. And then of course you want some Splenda or Equal to taste. Either one of those are fine. Equal is a tad tastier in my opinion. And then water for consistency. Now when I say make a yogurt shake, you really need to put all this in a blender to get it blended up into like a nice good consistency, so you can just chug it down and let it just essentially set on your stomach, right? It's going to coat your stomach with that nice little yogurt look, and you're going to have those probiotics there. And then later on in the day when you eat the fiber shake that you make, that fiber is going to feed the probiotics that you have, and then that's gonna be how they grow, right? Because probiotics, they work synergistically with prebiotics. Probiotics are great, but if you never feed them, they're going to go away, and then you're stuck taking probiotics for the rest of your life, and who knows if that even works. So those two together, that's the best way to do it. If you can get a diet down to where you fix your gut issues, and then you have a yogurt shake every day or so, and you have fiber every day, I think you'll be good to go. Now, some people do like to jump straight to the supplements. And these definitely work. I don't think they work quite as well as the fiber and yogurt together, but if I'm doing a full protocol for somebody, this is what we do. So as soon as you wake up, upon waking, you're going to start with a big glass of water, and you're going to add 10 to 20 grams of L-glutamine to that, preferably fermented. It's not going to make a huge difference. Then you're also going to add 10 to 20 grams of collagen, just the powdered collagen you can get at the store. Add that, and then 1 gram plus of vitamin C. I think if you're making this, you might as well just get the powdered vitamin C to give it a little bit of flavor. Wakes you up a little bit. Put that in there, but you can always do the the tablets of vitamin C. That's fine too. And then lastly, the turmeric, 3 grams of that. This is the one that I take. This is on Amazon. As far as how much you get for your money, this is by far the best deal that I've found on there, and the quality is very good. So the reason for all of these, and of course you want to drink this, like I said, on an empty stomach, and then once you drink it, wait about 20 or 30 minutes before you have anything else. If it's coffee, I would actually wait longer than that because it kind of defeats the purpose of this. But you want the collagen and the glutamine to sort of set on your stomach, and this is more for your gut lining than it is your actual gut health, but it sort of works one and the same, right? Now, if you're anyone that's familiar with these supplements, you'll notice that these supplements actually are going to do a lot more than just gut health. If you're looking for a joint and tendon type of protocol, this is exactly what you would take for that. Collagen, vitamin C, and turmeric. Collagen and vitamin C work synergistically together. That gives your body what it needs to actually make new collagen. So if you don't have enough vitamin C, it's not going to do its job. Same thing with collagen. So these are really to sit there on your stomach, coat them, and then your body's going to use it to produce the materials it needs to repair your gut lining. Because a lot of times, if someone has bad gut health, the lining of their gut is also in really bad shape. And the turmeric is just for what turmeric is for. It's an anti-inflammatory. If your gut is in bad shape, chances are you have some bloating going on, maybe some pain, and sometimes that pain is from your gut lining. That hopefully this stuff will help. But the turmeric is to bring all of that inflammation down and help your body kind of recover from that. So supplements, those are easy. And then lastly is the fun stuff, the peptides. Now, I'll be honest with you, the peptides, this is most of the time, I'll say that drugs are going to make a bigger effect than supplements and stuff. In this case, I don't agree with that. I actually think the supplements and the yogurt and the fiber are going to make a way more dramatic effect on gut health and a lot quicker than these peptides. I say that because I've tried the peptides. I've had clients that have tried the peptides. And I've talked to people that have tried these, and they almost always agree. So the first one is BPC. Again, if you read on the internet about this, most people take this for joints, to recover joints and tendons and things like that. For your gut health, you want to take the oral form, and there's not many places that have it, but if you do, you need to take around 0.5 milligrams to a milligram of that orally, and take it with that morning drink that I told you about, because this one actually does have to set where you want the recovery to happen, which is your gut lining. The next one is LL37. The price on this one has fluctuated a lot over the years, and I have tried this one. It's not dramatic. I don't even know if I could tell a huge difference with it, but it did help after like a month. The standard protocol for this is 50 micrograms per kilogram, sub-Q daily, whenever you want. And then lastly, of course, is take HGH or HGH secretagogues like MK677. This again sort of works indirectly, telling your body to recover some of these things. Human growth hormone. When you sleep, of course, your body produces it, and that's what's going to help recover that gut microbiome and your gut lining. So those things together should make a pretty big difference. I think that's pretty much the entire protocol. Like I said, I would really wait on the peptides. Most people are not going to need these, and it's really going to be a waste of money. So don't be one of those people that just jumps in on this protocol and wants to take all of it at once. If you have enough time to do it and you're not in like too much pain, try pulling out foods that you know are causing you issues. Chances are you've probably already tried that and it's not working. I would just move on straight to the fiber and the yogurt. Those two things are going to make a huge difference in your gut health. And they're pretty dramatic. Like, it works really quickly, but work your way up with the fiber. And then, you know, once you fix your gut health with this protocol, which I feel like you will, don't be afraid to add in a yogurt shake a couple times a week, and continue to take the fiber every day just for its benefits that I went over. Yeah, so that's it. If you guys have any questions on this, or you try it and you have questions, feel free to reach out. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks.